Now follow the water downstream. Lake Powell currently sits at roughly 3,531 feet of elevation, about 24% of its total capacity. The Bureau of Reclamation's most probable forecast shows it declining to 3,490 feet by December. That number is not just low. It is the minimum power pool, the elevation below which Glen Canyon Dam's turbines cannot generate electricity. If Lake Powell drops below that line, it would be the first time the dam has ever lost the ability to produce power. Below Lake Powell, the picture is just as grim. Lake Mead's surface sits at roughly 1,064 feet. It lost 3.5 feet in March alone. Hoover Dam, once capable of generating 2,080 megawatts at full capacity, is now operating at 1,304 megawatts, 63%. If Lake Mead drops below 1,035 feet, 12 of its 17 turbines go offline permanently. Those are the older units, and they were never designed for water this low. But here is the problem that is not making headlines. This is not just a drought story, it is a political crisis running in parallel with a hydrological emergency, and neither one is being solved. The Colorado River Compact, the agreement that divides the water among 7 states, was signed in 1922. The compact allocated 15 million acre-feet per year between the upper basin and the lower basin. But over the past 26 years, during the longest megadrought in modern Western history, the river has averaged only 12.5 million acre-feet per year. The system has been structurally over-allocated since the day it was signed. There has never been enough water for all the promises that were made, and now the states are supposed to negotiate new rules for how to share what is left. They failed. On February 14th, 7 states missed the federal deadline to agree on post-2026 operating guidelines. Tom Bishatska, the director of Arizona's Department of Water Resources, described the impasse in blunt terms. Arizona, California, and Nevada have received one consistent message from their counterparts in the upper basin. There will be no firm commitment to reduce uses in the upper basin, no matter how dire the conditions of the river may be. On the other side, Colorado's lead negotiator, Water Commissioner Becky Mitchell, pushed back. We are being asked to solve a problem we did not create with water we do not have. The upper basin says it is already delivering less because there is physically less to deliver. The lower basin says the upper basin needs to guarantee cuts in writing. Neither side is budging. Meanwhile, the Department of the Interior has announced it will move forward with the regulatory process unilaterally. The deadline is October 1st. If the states cannot reach agreement by then, the federal government will impose mandatory water reductions for the first time in the history of the Colorado River, and at least one state is expected to sue, which means this crisis could end up before the Supreme Court. While the politicians negotiate, the drought is rewriting daily life on the ground. Denver's Board of Water Commissioners declared Stage 1 drought on March 25th. Residents with even-numbered addresses may water their lawns on Sundays and Thursdays only. Odd-numbered addresses get Wednesdays and Saturdays. Restaurants have been asked to serve water only when a customer requests it. Shawnee Klein, a spokesperson for Aurora Water, told CNN that this will be the year that people in the Southwest and Colorado will really learn the value of water. She also noted that her office saw homeowners associations turning on their sprinklers in February, 2 full months before growing season, while the worst snowpack in history was unfolding in the mountains above them. Here is what remains unresolved. No late-season storm can fix this. The Colorado Climate Center has said it would need to be historically wet through April to make a meaningful difference, and even that carries its own flood risk given the lack of snowpack to buffer runoff. The wildfire risk is escalating because Bear Mountains dry out faster. The spring runoff that was supposed to fill 2 reservoirs is arriving at a third of normal volume.